Did chicken come first or egg? Hey, race the science, and it gets even complicated. For hundreds of years, people have debated the classic question, did the chicken come first or the egg? It is a tricky puzzle because a chicken comes from an egg, but eggs are laid by chickens. This circular problem has no obvious starting point, which makes it one of the greatest mysteries. While it might seem impossible to answer, Science.org recently explained how evolutionary biology offers important clues. By studying how eggs and chickens developed over millions of years, we can get a clearer picture of what likely happened. The origin of eggs. Eggs are found throughout the animal world and are not just a bird thing. In simple terms, an egg is a protective case where an embryo grows safely until it can survive on its own. The kind of eggs we usually think about, the bird's egg, came about with the evolution of amniotes many millions of years ago. Amniotes are animals that lay eggs with special membranes inside which let the embryo survive on land without needing water. Before amniotic eggs existed, most animals had to lay eggs in water to stop them from drying out. But amniotic eggs have 3 extra layers inside: the chorion, amnion, and allantois. Each layer has a special job, like providing nutrients, handling waste, and allowing the embryo to breathe. This was a huge because it allowed animals to lay eggs safely on land. According to Science.org, the last common ancestor of tetrapods, 4-limbed animals with a backbone and amniotes, those that lay eggs with extra protective layers, lived around 370 to 340 million years ago. Some sources suggest the first true amniotes appeared closer to 312 million years ago. Animals like reptiles, birds, and mammals today all came from those first amniotes. So, eggs have been around far longer than chickens. The first chicken. Now, let's talk about the first chicken. The very first chicken didn't just appear out of nowhere. Science.org explains that it was the result of genetic changes happening in the embryo inside an egg laid by 2 birds that were almost chickens, often called proto-chickens. These 2 proto-chickens mated and combined their DNA, but during this process, some mutations occurred in the very first cell. These mutations were passed on as the embryo developed, and the result was the first true chicken. But again, who were those almost chickens? The report mentioned that the ancestor of modern chickens is the red jungle fowl, which lives in parts of South and Southeast Asia, including India, China, and Indonesia. Archaeological evidence suggests that humans started domesticating red jungle fowl around 10,000 years ago. But genetic studies show that chickens may have split from jungle fowl even earlier, possibly around 58,000 years ago. There is also evidence that chickens might have mixed genes with another species called the gray jungle fowl, which could explain some traits like the yellow color on chicken legs. The egg came before the chicken, so, narrowing down the timeline, eggs appeared roughly 340 million years ago, while chickens evolved much later, around 58,000 years ago. This makes it clear that eggs came before chickens. But what about the first chicken egg? Some scientists have argued that the chicken might have come first because of a special protein involved in making eggshells. Chicken eggshells are mostly made of calcium carbonate, which chickens get from their food. Eggshell is formed when calcium is deposited in the form of calcium carbonate crystals. To do this, hens produce a protein called ovocleidin 17-OC17, which speeds up the process of laying eggs. This protein is only found inside chickens, which means the chicken has to exist first to make the chicken egg shell. Swipe left for next video. Still, the first real chicken came from an egg laid by a bird that was almost a chicken. So, the egg with the important mutation existed before the chicken itself. That means the egg that hatched the first chicken wasn't exactly a chicken egg. Very confusing, we know. Next time someone asks that question, you know what to answer. Well, almost. Latest vlogs.